You're listening to 88.7 WLUW Chicago Sound Alliance, broadcasting from the campus of Loyola University. It's live from the Heartland with hosts Katy, Hogan, and Michael James. On today's show, we'll be having conversations with Robert Irving III, the beloved Chicago musician and producer, and Salome Chasnoff and Meredith Zielke of P.O. Box Collective. Thank you for listening and enjoy the show.
Hey, we're back. We are back with Live from the Heartland. That was Joni. We've had a lot of different things happening in our neighborhood lately, some of them sad and hard, and some of them very exciting. And we're with a couple people who are part of a very exciting collective called Post Office Box Collective. Welcome, Salome and Meredith. To
Hey. Thanks for having us.
So, Salome, some of you know because
let's get the whole names in there.
Salome Chasnoff.
And Meredith Zielke.
And Meredith Zielke, yes. Thank you, Michael. Yes.
Yeah, too familiar
so
here. We got people out there listening. They got to know.
God help us if we're too familiar, for gosh sakes. Salome was our neighbor for many, many years on the other side of Glenwood from the Heartland doing Beyond Media. We also had you on the show once talking about your work with women in prisons. And
also people with disabilities. We have an upcoming film, Code of the Freaks.
Wow.
Oh, right, yeah.
You made that?
Yeah, I made it with Susan Nussbaum, Carrie Sandahl, Ali Patsavis, and Jersey Rose.
When's that coming out?
Early summer.
All right. That's very exciting. And now, how do Meredith and Salome know each other, may I ask?
Well...
Wow. We have a long history of collaborating together. We've collaborated together on this. Right now we're working on a project called Present Absence, which is sort of, do you want to...
Yeah, it's a 5-channel video installation that takes place in a living room setting, and we collaborated with family members of people who were murdered by Chicago police.
Oh, wow.
And each conversation, it's a live it feels like a live conversation. It's a virtual conversation where the 5 voices are synced together to feel like they're in conversation. And in each case, the mother or very close family relative produced the conversation, chose the people that were in it. And yeah, we're going to be at Stony Island Arts Bank the end of June through... early mid-August, and then we're going to be at Roman Susan Gallery in Rogers Park.
Wow. And that, what's the title of that?
Present Absence.
Present Absence.
Present Absence, yeah.
Kind of cool. Really cool. So, Post Office Box Collective.
Tell us what that is.
Okay, so I happen to have this kind of mission statement poster I want to read.
Give it to us.
May
babe.
I?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as it's a dramatic reading, you know.
Oh, okay. Let's try. Okay. P.O. Box Collective. No. P.O. Box. Sorry. Let me start over.
Okay,
P.O. Box.
On your mark, get set, go.
P.O. Box is a creative collective and intergenerational social practice center dedicated to building Rogers Park community through radical art making and programming. We embrace a horizontal organizing model that centers marginalized voices, confronts systems of oppression while fostering mutual growth and healing. We will be hosting skill and resource sharing workshops. If you'd like to participate, email poboxcollective@gmail.com or see us on Facebook.
Okay, that's the statement. Tell us 2 words popped out at me. Intergenerational and horizontal. Give me a little more info.
Yeah.
Well, horizontal because, we have about 20 members at this point, and we all subdivided into committees, and we're all programming all of us together, and through dues and donations we're running this space right now, and no hierarchy. There's absolutely no hierarchy in our organization. That's for one. You want to talk about?
Yeah, so the power is shared, and we kind of, even like when we have a disagreement, we talk it through until the solution embraces all the views in the space.
Okay.
And intergenerational.
I know a lot about consensus work.
I bet you do.
You know,
Yeah.
and it's really the hardest thing to do. I mean, it's time consuming. You have to be committed. So, in addition to running an kind of out of the box, if you don't mind the pun, kind of outfit like P.O. Box, you're also making it very demanding to actually
Participate.
Yeah, well, not to participate, but they're not making it hard to participate. They're inviting participation, but everything must take a long time and a lot of patience and a lot of conversation.
Well, we're trying
Yes.
to model. We're trying to experience and model the world we want to create.
I remember doing that.
Never give up. Never give up.
No.
I'm an old lady. I'm still at it.
Yeah, I am too.
Been doing it for
On
decades.
Both counts. All right, so Meredith, tell us a little bit about your background, where you grew up, where you come from to this.
Oh, that's great. I grew up in Detroit.
All right.
And
Motor City.
Yeah, Motor City. And then I came to Chicago. Well, I lived a little bit around. I lived in Alaska. I lived in Ecuador and Peru for a long time, doing some ESL work and documentary work. And then I'm a documentary filmmaker, so I did projects in Cairo and in Palestine and
Whoa.
and I'm a collaborator through and through.
Yeah.
And that's one thing that Salome and I really, that's how we joined forces. We are collaborators, right?
Sweet.
And then I came to Chicago for grad school and this is my home base. You know, I travel to work, but this is where Rogers Park is my neighborhood and I'm here. I'm here to stay.
When did you guys start thinking about the P.O. Collective, P.O. Box Collective?
Thank you. Yeah, a few of us that are participating started thinking about it years ago. And we visited the former, I guess still current alderman, saying that we were looking for space and was there anything. We didn't really get a lot of support in that. But we kind of looked around Ward 40, 49, and 48 for quite some time, found a space, but it turned out to be much too expensive. And we wanted to have like a non-commercial dues-based membership, like sliding scale dues and donation-based. Everything's free at the post office box. It's all donation-based. So we wanted that model, and we needed something that was affordable. And then we just let it go for a while. But then when Meredith and I saw the post office for rent, we kind of jumped on it.
So it's a really tiny space on the corner there.
750 square feet.
750 square feet. It's just about 50 square feet smaller than my flat. All right, and you're right next to. It's got a good history.
To a barbershop.
To a great barbershop, but also the late Steve De La Rosa's studio, which he turned into an art installation in the funkiest little plot of land there. And I'm sure hoping that fish comes back. That got taken. But did you know Steve?
Andy.
I'm sorry. Steve's his brother. Who's still with us. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Not well, but I knew him, but a number of our friends and collective members. I have friends like Eve Brownstone and Gretchen Hassa, who were part of Andy's gallery.
So what's going to happen in the space now? You're going to have exhibits by the members?
Yeah, well, we have a few things coming up. So you want to talk about the mail-in show? I think that's key.
Sure.
Mayor, take it
That's
away.
what's kicking off tomorrow, right?
Yeah, that's what's kicking off tomorrow. So
tell us about it.
So it's an exhibition where people from all over. It's for the neighborhoods, for people in the city. It's for everyone. It's for all the members. It's artists. You bring in mail that you have received that has kind of passed through Rogers Park, right? Or ephemera that represents Rogers Park and events over time that happen.
Flyers,
in the
canceled stamps, posters, letters. People are writing personal notes.
and it all becomes part of the show.
We have
So-
a sculpture piece. Yeah.
So
Is it already is it already picked, or we're supposed
No,
to
no,
come tomorrow
people-
and bring our stuff?
People can bring it to. People will be. Today is Saturday. Yeah, we'll be hanging the show today, this afternoon. People could drop by at 6900 North Glenwood, or put it in the mail slot if we're not there. But they could also come tomorrow. The show is from 4 to 7, April 28th. 4 to 7 p.m., 6900 North Glenwood, the corner of Farwell. We're going to have free food. We're going to have dueling DJs. We're going to have our show. We're going to have an art table. We're going to have
So, do these art
donation box.
Of course, the donation box is always there for the rent. Do they have to be mailed in things?
No.
No.
The idea is we want to invoke the history of the space and the history of the community. So we're whatever carries that energy we
That
want
spirit.
in the show.
So the cool thing is you are now holding down the corner of the Glenwood Avenue Arts District.
Yes. We're excited about that.
That's thrilling. So
Yeah.
you will probably
We're going to carpe diem.
You're that away. So you'll be part of the Glenwood Avenue Arts Fest in some way, I presume.
Yeah.
Don't let them put the stage so that it blocks you out.
No, I don't know. They're moving the stage.
Are they?
I hear there's a concern because kids get lost on that Morse Glenwood corner, so they want to move the kids down to Farwell, and they're having another stage on the east end of Morse.
Right. That's what I heard. It's going to be a different setup.
It's going to be.
Well, that's fine.
Yeah, and the farmers market will be
Yeah,
right
yeah,
there. We'll
you'll
be
be
doing
right there.
stuff. Can I tell you about one thing we're doing
Yes,
in
You
June?
can keep telling us all you want to tell us about.
Okay. So, the month of June, we're going to be collaborating with two entities: the photographers of Rogers Park and the sculptor David Gista. And for the photographers of Rogers Park, you probably know them. It's a Facebook group. They've got about 1,200 members. They'll be doing a photo show throughout the month and will be selling their work and giving us a percentage of the proceeds. The name of the show is 4 Degrees, and that was a song by Anoni, that formerly Anthony Haggerty, in solidarity with the Paris Climate Accord, Climate Conference. And so it's kind of human implication, human consumption in the destruction of the environment. So the photos will be about all that stuff, and then we're going to be working with David Gista. We're going to take a huge group of people. Let me go back. The photo opening is May 31st, Friday, 6 to 9. And then on Sunday, June 2nd in the morning, starting in the morning, huge group of people are going to go to the beach and start picking up trash. And we're going to be doing that for a few hours, take it back to the post office box, and we're going to celebrate with shared food. Later in the month, we'll be sorting all the stuff we pick up from the beach, like according to color, material, size, species, yeah, quack quack.
You'll have a lot of cigarette butts.
Crawdads.
Yeah. And then over the month of July, we're going to build an installation in the post office box from the recycled materials. It's called Stream of Life, and it will be an amazing thing. And then throughout the month, we're going to have all kinds of related activities related to recycle, restore, rebuild, reclaim,
Reuse.
Reuse.
Mending.
So we're going to have a mending workshop. We're going to have
wait a minute. Stop right there. You have a mending workshop?
Yeah, we
You
are.
mean darning socks?
Darning.
Yes. Sophie,
can-
we have 3 art therapists in our group, but
I need
Sophie
one right
Canaday is
now.
going to be,
That's terrific.
Everyone has a pile of socks they need to mend.
Exactly.
And heal.
I
Yeah.
still wear them.
I wear them, but, it's not pretty.
So we're going to have a free store. We're going to have a teach-in with different people dealing with different aspects of the environmental destruction will be there. Composting. We're going to have a movie night.
Is there a backspace I don't know about there?
No, but they're not having all at once. But I want to just mention really quickly a couple of consistent things that happen. So one is part of our collective is Food Not Bombs. You okay? Yeah. Part of our collective is Food Not Bombs. And so they repurpose free food gathered from Whole Foods on Saturday night, and on Sunday morning they're at the post office box, and people collect free food in midday. And we also have a monthly community dinner that's free, and so that happens every month. And another thing that happens every month, because we are donation based, we have a rent party at the end of the month, and that could be like our mail-in will be our rent party for this month, or the Photographers of Rogers Park opening will be so that's how that goes. And and then we also have Balut Salon that happens every other month.
How do you
Little
say
translation there?
Balut.
Balut, what is that?
It's a Filipino delicacy, but it's a street food duck embryo. I think it's a duck.
What day do we come over to the P.O. Box Collective to get that duck embryo?
No, you're just getting the conversation. Okay. No ducks. We actually have no ducks, but we invite.
We have no ducks.
we invite two artists who talk about their process, and then we have a conversation. So it's a art-making, process-oriented conversation.
And we've already had one of those so far.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. How'd it go?
It was fantastic. It was so great. Yeah.
So you guys are doing the essence of art, which is no borders, right?
Yeah.
I mean, everything is included.
You got it.
Mending, I love that.
Yeah.
And how have you found out, given the intergenerational part of your mission, what's the best way to draw younger people to this project or any project in your experience?
Well, we're going to be doing a lot of partnering. Like, we're going to have a teen night. We're going to be partnering with Circles and Ciphers.
Good. Mm-hmm.
And just different, I think, through partnerships and bringing all ages, just diverse artists into the space and community members. We're going to be having a series where different activist projects around the city will be featured, like on a monthly basis, inviting people in.
And partner with different organizations like West Side Justice Center and
if you get a dedicated line, we could do the radio show from there.
Wouldn't that be cool?
Wouldn't that be great?
Let us. I love it.
I mean, we would love that.
Yeah.
We really want to. We've been talking about podcasting. I think the main thing is the projects that we do are emergent. So they come out of not just the collective members, but the people in the community that, like, there's one guy contacted us. He wants to have a drawing group for gay men. And then other people want to use it as a co-working space. Different people.
I want to draw too.
Yeah, well, you can draw with your...
She's like, yeah, white straight girl. You can draw anytime you want.
I like your art, Katy. You do nice drawing.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah,
and we had a fundraising party. What was it? When was it? What month?
February 2nd.
Yeah, and so while we were raising money, everyone wrote on the walls, right? They wrote on the wall, neighbors, and everyone invited, and people who stopped in off the street. They wrote on the walls what kind of programming they wanted in this space, and we took note of it, and we're going to make those things happen. And yeah, that's important to us.
I love that you open a door on the street so easily, Salome. I mean, second time in a row.
That's my thing.
Same street. I like it too. I know Michael and I liked having an open door on the street for many years.
Well, I think could I just address that too? I think, just the loss of community space, of shared space in Rogers Park was part of the impetus for doing this. Of course, the Heartland, of course. And I think it was so dramatic that we signed the lease like the same day Heartland closed.
Yeah. We were talking about that, how apropos that was, and just the closing of Heartland, the closing of Mess Hall a while ago, the closing of Beyond Media even before then. It was
soon
really...
we lose Royal Coffee.
Royal Coffee.
Yeah.
I know. That's what I just heard from Salome this morning. I didn't know that.
Yeah.
But the thing that we're really driving home is face-to-face community building. We think is really important right now, just to be there in person and show up for each other's causes.
Yeah, I mean, so much of our relationships happen online now.
Yeah.
And what is...
Yeah.
what does that mean that we're like representing ourselves in sound bites? And I mean, I'm not opposed to it. I do it myself and I enjoy it, but I think that life needs to be more.
Be more what?
Be more than just communicating online.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
speaking of more than, both of you do other stuff besides the P.O. Box Collective. And we only have a couple minutes yet left. But Meredith, why don't you tell us quickly some of the film stuff you're working on? And maybe, Salome, you tell us what it's like being at the Art Institute.
All right.
On your mark, go.
Okay. So I also teach activist strategies in documentary and cinematography at the Art Institute and at Northwestern. And through teaching and through my work, I'm making a film right now about Brasilia, the capital of Brazil, and it's about the capital, and it's about futurist utopias, and
Not the current fascist president.
No, but we decided we weren't going to fold in current politics, but we did actually do a lot of shooting of the protests and everything, and it's about UFO culture, UFO cults that have been started by the laborers who built the city itself. And a lot of those futurist ideas relate to both the building of the city and the UFO cults that have built up around
biting
it.
my tongue.
We're going to
not
look forward to
tell my
seeing that one.
Yes.
Brasilia stories.
Coming out 2020.
And how about you, Salome?
Yeah, so I have like kind of a few big things happening right now. As I said, Code of the Freaks, our film that looks at how Hollywood narratives use disabled characters to advance certain social agendas. That's coming out soon. We're also, I went with Hot House to Guantanamo last year and shot tons of gorgeous shangui, the festival, and I had some interviews, and I'm putting that together into a short film, and I think Marguerite and I are going to partner on an event this summer where the film and some Cuban music happen in the same space.
Oh, you're going to have to keep us posted on that.
Yeah, so that's the other Guantanamo, that's called. And finally, you mentioned Beyond Media earlier. Well, Media Burn is taking the Beyond Media archive, which makes me so happy.
How wonderful.
Yeah, it's amazing. So I've been kind of plugging away
Amassing
gathering,
that.
amassing, getting that all together. And
Do you have to catalog it too? before you
everything.
give-
Everything.
Yeah,
It's and I hardly ever get any time off with my teaching, etc. But my goal is to get that done by this summer.
What do you do for fun?
I hang out with you. Yeah.
I mean, I think what you do is fun for you.
Yeah,
right?
it is fun. It is
And,
fun.
that
And I
makes-
love my friends, my family. Yeah.
Yeah. God love you
If you
both.
got good work, it's fun.
Yeah, so Post Office Box Collective, big grand opening tomorrow, 4 p.m., right?
Yeah, 6900 North Glenwood
Yes.
in Rogers Park.
And will you get his attention? We're going to have you back for another time once you've gotten it going.
Oh, that'd be wonderful.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And I love the idea of blasting live at the Heartland.
Yeah.
The P.O. Box.
We'll have to talk. Please, thank you for listening. And we want to thank our guests today, Baabe Irving and Salome Chasnoff and Meredith Zielke. Next week, we'll be back with
Next week,
Howard Mandel.
yeah,
and,
he's,
Bob from Twisted Tapas.
Well, we're not sure about that one yet, but we do. Okay, we got a bunch of good stuff coming next week. Thanks to everyone who makes the show possible. Lynn Orman, Jake Levy, Michelle Song, Tom Clark, Katy Hogan, and myself. Do good in the world. The world needs all the good that you do. All power to the people.